In third grade, they taught me how to pledge allegiance to a flag that was stitched by hands that never held a freedom I could have. Learned the names of presidents who on my ancestors' backs. Never learned the name of one rebellion that fought back. The curriculum was curated by committees I ain't meet, approved by boards of education, sitting in elite seats. My textbook had a chapter on the Civil War called States' Rights. Never mentioned it was mostly about maintaining slave flights. I learned about Columbus sailing oceans blue in 1492.
Never learned about the people that he murdered, that's the truth.
I learned about the Pilgrims and the friendship and the feast.
Never learned the land was stolen and the treaty was a leash.
What they teaching in the classroom?
What they teaching?
Who decided what you know?
Who decided?
What they leaving in the
Margin. What they leaving?
everything they don't want shown.
Everything.
High school got me reading Shakespeare, but not Baldwin. Studying the Greeks, but not the empires that were all gone. By the time the lesson reached the part where people who looked like me contributed to humanity, the bell rang, time to leave. I learned more from my grandmother's kitchen table conversations than I ever learned from 12 years of institutional education. She taught me about the movements that the textbooks left for dead. Taught me how to read the lies and how to use my own head. The curriculum is a curriculum of comfortable omissions, a carefully constructed narrative of patriotic fictions, where the villains wear the medals and the heroes wear the chains.
Where the truth is what they tell you and the lie is what remains.
What they teaching in the classroom?
What they teaching?
Who decided what you know?
Who decided?
What they leaving in the
Margin. What they leaving?
everything they don't want shown.
Everything.
So I went back to the schoolhouse, not a student but as witness. Sat in on the history class and checked it for its fitness. And the teacher was a good man, doing what he thought was right, but the curriculum he taught from had a bias out of sight. I asked him about the Tulsa massacre, he said he never heard. I asked him about the prison pipeline, he said that's absurd. I asked him why the only black faces in the book were slaves, and the silence in that classroom echoed like 1,000 graves. The curriculum is the first contract we sign before we know how to read the fine print or to recognize the show. It shapes the way we see the world before we see ourselves, and it herds us into institutions like a shelf that holds the elves.
Teach your children the truth
before the system teaches them its lies.